welcome back. You're watching a special behind-the-scenes look at the world's greatest musical, My Fair Lady. Now, you've met most of the other characters in this awesome musical, but there is one left that is very important. The Cockney flower girl, my character, Eliza Doolittle.
Lots of chocolate for me to eat.
Eliza Doolittle. Young, independent, sassy, smart.
Eliza's a beautiful, funny, warm person that just needs an opportunity.
She's grown up in a tough neighborhood. She's had to struggle for herself, but when she gets a chance at a better life, she grabs onto it with both hands, and she does everything she can to make it come true.
She's tenacious and instinctive. She has a willingness to learn and to want to accomplish that's maybe even greater than herself.
Oh, so lovely sitting absolutely still. I would never budge till spring.
The actress playing Eliza Doolittle in this production brings to her character a great and unique understanding of who Eliza Doolittle is.
A little bit about myself. I live here in New York City. I go to auditions. I also play music shows where I play the music that I've written. Eliza would have lived in a city similar. She lived in London, in a busy, bustling, lots of people. And in some ways I like to think I am like her and that I'm a girl in a big city fending for myself, trying to find my way in this big world and find out who I am and leave my mark on the planet. And when I'm in a show like My Fair Lady, I go to rehearsals and rehearsal spaces here in the city. And here we are at the studios where we're going to be rehearsing. Well, here we are in the studio. This is where myself and the other actors and the directors come 6 days a week from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. We rehearse the music, the scenes, the dancing, the whole arc of the show. Me personally, to get ready for rehearsals and then for the shows, I always get my body warmed up so that I'm physically ready to go. I warm up my voice so I can sing and speak, and I get my mouth ready so that I can say all those many words that Eliza says. So, a lot of people often want to hear the Cockney accent, and I don't know what they're talking about. While they want to hear it, it sounds completely normal to me, only it doesn't really, right? So if you want to hear more of it, you can definitely come see the show, where I'm asking everyone to come and buy a flower off a poor gal.
Wouldn't it be lovely?
Now, there are many important factors that go into making such an incredible production. Apart from the wonderful characters and the storyline, there is the music, the choreography, the costumes, the makeup, the hair, all of these production value effects that go in and make this quite the production.
The costumes in My Fair Lady are ragged, elegant, and pithy, just like the characters who wear them.
The costumes inspire the attitude that you should have for the character, and that's extremely helpful as an actor to, you want to put something on and have it make you feel even more like where you're supposed to be.
We both designed the costumes for My Fair Lady for this production in Singapore.
And we've been designing together for about, what, 45 years, I guess?
45 years,
yeah.
yes.
The costumes are similar they're similar in period to the movie. They're not exact copies of the movie, but it's certainly a very strong nod to the movie. It was a beautiful movie. In fact, Eliza is wearing a copy of a mascot dress that Audrey Hepburn wore.
I once counted, I think there's about 200 costumes, but we still do our own designs.
Yeah.
These are our own designs.
Yes.
And we have so many things to think of. We have colors that work together, and now we don't lay out all the colors and say, are these all going to work together?
Also, fabric choices. Fabric choices are important. The way something's going to drape, the way it's going to move on stage for the dancers.
So everything, the skirts have to be very full. And that's challenging for this period.
Well, Mike, sometimes the lack of fullness too. makes for interesting choreography. Sometimes the restrictions are kind of interesting, like the ascot.
Right, so for the ascot dresses, because they're so tight,
They have to move very
they
slowly.
have to move
in
a certain
way.
So you have to consider everything in the process.
Heartbeats, speed up.
What can I say about the songs in My Fair Lady that everyone else has not already said? You hum them in the shower. When you have a good time, you come home and say to yourself, ah, I could have danced all night. They're memorable. They're part of our lives. That's what made My Fair Lady a classic.
The songs are like no other, and you cannot get away from them. Once you hear them, and you've heard them before and may not even realize it. I could have danced all night, getting married in the morning. These are powerful classic songs that you've heard them and you're going to hear them many more years.
There are two different classes of songs. There were the songs that were written for the original male star, Rex Harrison, who didn't have much of a singing voice. So they wrote all of these songs with a very limited range, and they encouraged him to speak the songs.
She almost makes the day begin.
And then there are all the other songs that Julie Andrews sang and that the choir sang, and these songs are so memorable. They've grown to have lives beyond the show. They've been recorded by the likes of Marlene Dietrich, Frank Sinatra, Nat King Cole, Cassandra Wilson, The Temptations even have recorded songs from My Fair Lady. So people know these melodies all around the world.
I think what's interesting too is the scope of the score in terms of like, these lush romantic melodies, but also songs that explore the upper class as well as the lower class. I mean, the range between something like Ascot Gavotte, which is very much the upper class, and then Get Me to the Church on Time, which is the wild and woolly, boisterous, muscular world of the lower class. I mean, it's a wide range of material, and just to sort of apply this in the conversation about the choreography, it allows me to explore movement for the very upper class, who are very rigid, very mannered, very simple. And then, you know, the lower class that are, you know, people who live life in a very different manner. So the choreography gets to range, hopefully, as much as I think that the score ranges.
For God's sake, get me to the church on time.
Coming up next, we're going to the MasterCard Theaters at Marina Bay Sands in Singapore. I'm so excited. See you later.